all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk about that been on my mind. Yeah, give me a second here. I just came from outside, and so my throat has been messed up. That's why I ain't been live with y'all because I like it's changing season up here and like it's crazy, whatever. Anybody asking me before y'all get on here, I had this jacket from last year. This is the way this jacket comes. So if anybody got any jokes, say anything like, why is this jacket ripped? It comes like this. Last year, I had to take the jacket off, show people the tag still in it. It said, yo, oh, okay, okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they saw where it came from. Dropped my water, I just finished drinking. Anyway, listen. So I'm always up to pivot on things. You know what I mean? I like to be anyway. I always like to be in the know of things and know what's going on, you know? And so I sat back and I was listening and I saw first of all, I want to commend Huggy Pampers. At the very least, this is for me and her to know. At the very least, you took caution to what I said this time. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You get it, huh? Heard him over there today. Call my mama. That's what he just said about 20 minutes ago. Over there, Anton Levy's channel. The mama joke. That was funny. That was real funny. Anton Levy Atwood. That's what's up. So anyway, listen. And I'll get into the pagans and all that in a minute. Some of y'all ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about. I say people's name a certain way because I have to. You know what I'm saying? But for those privy to what I'm talking about, you'll get what I'm talking about. So anyway, there's been many of conversations have been had. One of the conversations was about Puff. And so three-way phone calls that might have taken place, may have not taken place, or whatever the case may be. And to the fact of the stature which those phone calls took place and the positions those took place, right? And so I'd already known that in the back of my mind. I said, listen, if you ever been in that situation, you ever been up in the prison cells or anything like that or whatever, dudes do that shit all the time. All the time. Like all the time. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Joe King? All the time. So what they'll do is they'll like, okay, say somebody ain't got nobody to call, but they got phone time. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yo, let me hold that. Let me hold down the jack or whatever. You know what I mean? Boom, they make a phone call your auntie, call your girlfriend. Your minutes is up for the week or the month, depending on where you at, whatever. This is like anybody ever been in the joint, they know that. You know what I'm saying? You hope I get rich? I hope so too, baby. But everybody know this. Now the people that don't know this, those motherfuckers ain't never been in that situation. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for us that do know, we already know, okay, this is a regular thing. Niggas make three-way phone calls at the jail piece all the time. Like, yo, son, I need to talk to my girl for an extra 20 minutes. Yo, the baby was on the phone. Yo, you got anybody you calling for Thanksgiving? You got anybody you calling for Christmas? I used all my minutes up. Niggas know this. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is new to people that are unprivy to it. But the people that are privy to it, you know what I'm saying? They know better. So when I listen to this rhetoric and I listen to these people talking, everything like that, I'm just listening. I'm like, yo, these are people that never been in situations like that. People that never been in the streets. People that's never known anybody in the streets. This is people talking, nerds and snitches. You know what I mean? Like, really, like, you take this 10 years back, these niggas would have been nerds and snitches. Like, who the fuck are you talking to? You ain't ever, like, it behooves me that people are literally attached to channels of people that have never been in the music industry. And the only reason they're attached to those channels is because of pure simple fact, somebody from the music industry is on those channels. You get what I'm saying? Meaning like, if they didn't interview anybody from the music industry, they would have no story. You'd be dumbed down to, especially a lot of y'all live in these little small areas in America. Today a cat climbed up a tree or some shit like that. Yeah, it's cold up here, man. I just came inside and shit. You know what I mean? Give me a second. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had the heat on earlier. But you get people out here that have never been privy to any of these situations, whether it was court, federal cases, or anything else, and they doing the most talking. They getting people coming in that ain't even lawyers, having conversations about lawyer type of conversations. Like, what the fuck you asking him for? He ain't a lawyer. Now, one of the things I will say about Anton LaVey is At least he did the due diligence of actually having an ex-prosecutor on his channel. Hey, what's going on, Tina Gray? He actually had an ex-prosecutor on his channel today. Matter of fact, just a little while ago. So I could commend that. Now, do I like the dude's moxie, let's say? Fuck no. You know why I don't like his moxie? Because it's pure simple fact. You threw a little racist joke, and I have to believe you being an ex-prosecutor, you should know better than that. You know what I mean? And then you turned around and switched it back to old pagan whoo, God even felt that one. You know what I'm saying? Ah, shit, be quiet, man. Be quiet. Be quiet. Even go back. Somebody was spelling out nigga in here. Probably one of Anton LaVey's people. That's who they really are. You know what I'm saying? That's who they really are. Thank you, Tina Gray. That's who they really are. You know what I mean? I'm gonna break that all down in a minute because I don't like to sit like this. You can have any story you want to have, but I don't like when motherfuckers be trying to pimp. Like I done said things in the past. Some of the things that came out wrong the way I said them. A lot of people took them the wrong way or whatever, whatever. What's going on, Alicia? But I will say this much right here. Out of all the shit I said, I always been shown that I do stuff for, you know what I'm saying, African American women and Latin women. You know what I'm saying? I done it financially. I do shit y'all don't even see on camera. You know what I'm saying? The other day I was in the store. I saw, and I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to shame this woman or nothing. But there was this black woman in there. She had 2 kids with her. This is a true story. And they wanted some hot Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? And Shorty, I could see it was 2 kids, and she only got them like 2 bags each. I said, them kids, like, they're gonna go through those in like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed like 3 extra bags for each one because I seen that she was like, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put her out there. She was splitting up her money. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, you know what? Let me grab 6 bags or whatever, whatever. And I just said to her, like, so she could keep her pride. I said, yo, man, you all right? She was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. And I just let her go with those bags because I was like, I'm not gonna embarrass her and make her feel like she ain't, you know what I mean? She's left. But it's other shit I done did. I done bought black women dinners. Sometimes y'all done donated to me and I done bought somebody homeless something to eat before. Like seriously. Like y'all don't know. Like, you know what I mean? But people that be around me, they know that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't never let nothing threaten me. Like niggas be telling niggas don't donate to that nigga. I'm like, I don't be care about that shit, man. Y'all don't know who I really am. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no reason to sit up here and lie to you. And there's people that'll vouch for me for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said a couple times on here, I didn't spend years taking care of chicks. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I'm lying. I done moved chicks out the hood and moved them to the suburbs 3, 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Over. And they ain't gonna have nothing sad to say about me. We in the tri-state area. New York City tri-state. That's my ass where I'm from. But let me continue. So the prosecutor guy that was on Anton LaVey's show this a little while ago, right? He was sitting on there and he was bringing up some real stuff. And it was stuff that I've been saying all along. But since we got all these conspiracy theory bloggers and I like to call it the snitch sector. That's what we're going to start calling it, the snitch sector. You know what I'm saying? That's what basically what it is, the conspiracy theory and snitch sector. The snitch sector, which wouldn't have never been alive years ago. Years ago, you couldn't be online gossiping about dudes that you done been around and what they was doing, however they was doing it, and then turn around, go on the internet, tell everybody, and then come back and hang around gang. It don't work like that. It didn't work like that in the prison system. It didn't work like that in the streets. Whoever invented this new form of thinking. And I like one of the comments that the dude said, and I'm not encouraging criminality. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that's the real fact. It doesn't matter if he was black, white, British gangster, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Shout out to West Side man out there too, whatever. My homegirl, I ain't gonna say a name like that. Miss Densley. Let me just say that. That's what I'm gonna say. This ain't the real you. I could see from United Kingdom that you need to give yourself a break. You have a good soul, man. Yeah, man, I got a good soul, man, but I still do your ass dirty, motherfucker. See what I'm saying? Like, for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got a good soul, and this is all me. Trust me on that one. You don't know me. You don't know me. Once upon a time, I probably could have been a choir boy. Is that the question you want answered? I could have been a choir boy. I grew up in the church. I grew up in a good family. I come from a military family. To be quite specific, I come from a military family. Look, even they laughing at you. But I come from a military family, multiple branches of the military, whatever. I've known how to shoot a gun since I was 11, 12, 13 years old. You know what I mean? So I've been put in situations before where it is life or death. And how can I say it? I don't carry myself like that. Like I'm not the type of guy that goes around and be like, "Hey, let's go start a fight today." You know, I've never been that person. But if you bother me, I don't come from the pussies, which you'll find out very quickly. I don't come now. The guys that I deal with, I dealt with Italians and Greeks most of my life. Italians and Greeks and Latinos, other Latinos and Black people. Those are the four groups I dealt with, you know, on a constant basis. So it was like, you know, that's who I learned from and how I equate things and how I move around with things. And it's not from a trash version of any of those cultures either. I didn't learn from trash Italians. Like some people will say Nepalese people are trash. I don't believe that, but some people will say that. I didn't hang out with Nepalese. If that helps you. Nah, don't say too much. A Turkish flair is always debonair. Sometimes when you think you're winning, you're losing without knowing it, if that makes sense. And sometimes you could think you're losing, you actually winning. Puff thinks, a lot of people think Puff is losing right now, but Puff's actually winning. And it's a very simple psychology that's allowing it. That's why I allow you guys to talk. Keep talking. I encourage it. They keep talking. You're smart, but some of you are too smart for your own good. You think with these esoterical type of frameworks in your thinking patterns, and that's what messes you up. Because this is not a esoterical battle. This is a literal, secular, and existent now type of battle. You know what I mean? I drink juice as much as you Turkish. I hear you. One thing though, you forgot in that equation. You gotta remember the fucking brand. The brand is everything. Yeah. Don't you know? But good one. Good one. Queen Bishop left. Rough Riders. From the shoot at NYMDC. That's funny. We laughing at niggas in jail now. You know what I don't like? I don't like when people and that's what I mean. That's when you can separate sucker niggas. Before I block you, because I think that was a sucker ass comment. How you doing, Amar? I mean, hey, what's going on, B? Let me put this in perspective. I don't find nothing funny about laughing at anybody that's in a jail piece unless you a murderer, somebody that's taking advantage of some kids, someone that's stolen for old people. You know what I mean? Like I ain't hear nobody laughing when Harvey Weinstein went to jail. You know what I'm saying? And have you seen some of the terrible stuff that Harvey Weinstein was doing? There's a video of Harvey Weinstein. Before I circle back to the prosecutor, because I want to talk about him. And Epstein. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know, B. Trust me. I know better than you think I know. I'm here in the New York City tri-state area. Can't you tell? Like, you know what I mean? I don't do live. Is this your first time here? I ain't trying to be funny. If it's your first time here, I usually don't do lives like this. Like usually my lives take place outside. Like I move around and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'll be at locations filming, shit like that. Like I'm not like a stay-at-home vlogger. You want that cool? This ain't cool, GB. This is Gap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this that shit that if you can see the back of you know what I'm talking about. Nothing funny about it. Nothing funny about it at all. You asked me that already. You wasn't being as sassy. I know you. I don't use those terminologies, sassy and all that shit. Tri-state area, B. That's where we at. You know what I mean? I don't know you. I don't like when people ask me personal questions about myself and I don't know them. Like, nigga, you like donate some money. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll talk. I'm one of the least donated to vloggers, but work the hardest. That's the funny thing. These niggas sit up in their bedrooms and just sit up here. I watched this motherfucker go live 3 times yesterday just talking about Puff. Ain't never been around Puff a day in his life. Have you even been to the United States, motherfucker? And that's some funny shit. They got an Australian man and an Irish Welsh man giving commentary on the American Star, but neither one of these motherfuckers got a footprint in America. That don't make sense to me. That's like me reporting daily on King Charles or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my dude, what's going on, Jack? How you doing? Anyway, let me continue the situation. Good evening, brother. Greetings from Germany. I'm Chexlins from Germany. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we don't do all that shit. That's some fake shit. Now I don't remember that. My uncle would though. Some nigga talking about niggas butts and shit. What's wrong with these niggas, man? No, I won't do that. I'm not. All right, I'm sorry. I had to get a couple wackos out here real quick. You know, little weirdo niggas be coming. Like, you can't stop them. So anyway, listen. Back to the conversation. We had this prosecutor on one of these shows. I like to call it Anton Levy Atwood show. You know what I'm saying? He is a pagan by his own admission. If many of y'all don't know the pagan ritualistic or neo-pagan ritualistic followings, I would encourage you to look them up. You will see there's a direct linear fashion between them and witches. I've said this already. I had a whole podcast which you guys can find for yourself or whatever. The first time and the only time I talked online with a vlogger as far as an interview fashion, I talked to him just about this. I said, pretty soon you're going to see witches start up here and covers of witches, which I believe Mr. Atwood, fuck it, I can say your name. That's Mr. Anton Levy tried to circumnavigate the conversation the other day, and judging by some of these people that are showing up here in this chat room, I think I just verified that. But nevertheless, I'm glad you're here. So I noticed this pagan or neo-pagan gentleman decided to circumnavigate the conversation and started talking about people part of the Baphomet. You know that talk. They're part of the Baphomet. And they're part of the what you call the cabal. No, sir. People that are pagan are part of the cabal. That's why you were so quick and interested in the conversation to try to pivot the conversation somewhere else. Very good move, by the way. Very good move. Most manipulators, that's the way they do it. And you subtly, you can't help yourself. You subtly, because you think you're getting over so much on those guys over there, you subtly let people know. But you make one mistake. Don't ever think that you're so intelligent that someone else's perception can catch what you're doing. Listen to me one more time. I grew up around mostly Italians and Greeks. Those were people that were oppressed in this country too. You understand what I'm saying? Because of their similarities in quote unquote whiteness or European genome, they're able to what you would call migrate into society. Once upon a time in this country, especially Louisiana, they had a thing called the brown paper bag rule. Many of y'all here that are brown, y'all understand what I'm talking about. And this brown paper bag rule was if you're anything, it's like a brown paper bag, you pass for white. See, it's basically the same synopsis here. It's not very hard to figure out. So especially if you're American. Well, being the fact of that, you have certain cultures that depictively in Europe, they will be considered Euro trash in some cases. Depictively enough, they would be considered the lower echelon of European society. These people are able to fit into American society culturally via neighborhoods and things they establish or whatever the case may be. But hold no mistake about it. A lot of these people return back to their homes or whatever. And I have a couple of friends in England, especially Miss Densley. Very, very. And if you know that last name, you know that last name. You know, ask her yourself. Fuck, what I gotta lie about. Yeah, because we was talking about gangsters. So, I'm gonna interview a gangster today. That fuck is supposed to scare me. It's me. Anyway, fucking up. You get these guys that know how to hide their racism very well. They know how to covertly speak amongst each other in a way that has been tried, tested, but never failed for decade upon decade, eon upon eon. What's going on, B, Brian? And so this is what happens. And so now they're used to using this. And if you need an example, the Willie Lynch doctrine is a perfect one. Understand? So they know that these trials and tests of doing psychological speaking and trying to, basically, yeah, man, sure, whatever you say, B. These psychological little things that they do to try to ineptly basically get you on their side. So you end up acting as an ally for them. Really, what you are is a pawn. And what they do is they make you feel good and gleeful. This is a trick that's always been used. Make them feel good. Make them feel like they're wanted, they're needed, and they'll work harder because they want to keep up that repertoire with you. It's just they used to use this with slaves from Roman times. They use this with the slaves from Egypt, etc., etc., etc. Sometimes the better if you had a tier of slaves, basically what you could do is you could tell one group of slaves, this is a house Negro, the field Negro. So you can have the house Negro feel like they were more privileged because they were light skinned, or they had nice hair, or they were just more comely in their face, or whatever the face may be. And then you have the ones that were less attractive be in the field, right? The economy within them is now with them just sitting alone, you have the field people feeling like they're less than the house people, and now their only ambition is to get in the home if they can possibly do it. This is a psychology and a reverse psychology that's always depictively, I guess you say, separated from the Caribbean to Africa to many other different locales that have this genome in it. It's just very proven fact. There's been white social, what do you call those people? I want to say socialists, but it's not socialist. White historians and there's a word for, and I can't think of it right now. It's on the top of my tongue, but it's a definitive stance on this. What you call it, a terminology you get to it. I can't think of the name of it right now, but this has been used and it's been proven it's been used. Okay, Marxist is close. I know what you say about Marxism. I mean, that'd be Mussolini and those guys, but I get what you're saying. See what y'all saying. Read through those wishes for Sade and backhand them in Jesus' name. What is administrative straight? We're not talking about immigration. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's always funny. People pick my podcast to come to talk about they struggling. They go to anybody else's podcast and be turning around and just be throwing money everywhere. Ain't that funny? I don't know how I'm gonna make it. Here go $100 because I like you. You say what I want you to say. No, I'm not gonna say what you want me to say. And now what you're finding is neither is the allies of some of these podcasters. So let me continue, right? I don't know. We don't do jokes like that here. Where's the kids? Are you hold on one second. Miranda, yeah, you that bitch that was over there yesterday. You the tap dancing bitch, right? Oye, Lolita. Tienen 3 años y tú tienes nada. 3 años, tú eres aquí, se pero en YouTube. Y tú no tienes nada por personales, huh? Anybody hear me screaming on my cash app? Anybody hear me screaming on my cash app? Levy over here, because she came from over at the famous Fat Boy channel. That's his job. I have a African American YouTuber that's mentally ill that has a whole bunch of different profiles. So y'all see him in here. He had taken the liberty after he knew I didn't like him to follow me. So every time that I go live, he has one of his fake profiles in here and he'll tell you guys, don't donate to him, don't support him. I haven't even mentioned my Cash App. So since he mentioned it for me, I'm going to say it for myself. Style sign STRINGERBELL80. There we go. Chronolism. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I told you it's a hard word to pronounce. It's a hard word to pronounce. Chronicism. Yes, Gress. Yes. Rosrita. Is that how you say your name? Salud la gente. Guadalajara. Entonces, sabe, la gente en Honduras, no? Hi from the Netherlands. What's going on? Clean RZ, yo, DMX alive. What's going on, B? Yeah, I told him, man, they do a DMX movie, man. Put me in that. Sign me up. You gotta have Ryan Coogler do that or something. Hackers don't take over everything. Nah. Hackers go after subjective people they want. Hackers go after banks and cryptocurrency and shit like that nowadays. They don't go after or big time bloggers that get on here and think they know everything. What do these people get out trying to cancel or belittle other people because they don't agree with what they say? It doesn't make sense. Well, this is the thing. That was funny. Where the hood at? What's up, Neela? Um, Let me tell y'all something, right? A lot of y'all don't know this, but I'm gonna break this down. Then I'm gonna go back to the premise. I always get sidetracked, but I can remember where I'm at. So you have it's been and see, I'm gonna use Jaguar Right for an example. Huggy, I know you probably don't want me to use your name, but I'm gonna use it anyway. All right, fucker. So listen, I got a love-hate relationship with Huggy Pampers, I call her. But listen, right? It's a thing. So you have a contingency, and this happened to Jaguar, right? You have a contingency of vloggers. They're not all black either. That's what I found out. They're not all Latin either. That's what I found out. They're not all white either. But in fact, it's all three of these groups that work together. And basically, what they do is they encourage people. How can I say it? They encourage people not to donate, subscribe, participate in these people's conversations, whatever. And specifically at the same time, this happened to me and Jaguar, right? Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, you don't know what you're talking about. You trying to attach. No, I'm not trying to attach my name to her, nigga. I attached my name to her 5 years ago. Y'all motherfuckers knew. You know what I'm saying? Me and this bitch talked about each other, tag at neck, like we was gonna get in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like fuck out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. You new to this conversation. I'm not. So me and Jaguar, and this ain't with malice. Like I ain't talked about her with, and I don't know if the bitch be paying attention. I ain't talked about Jaguar and malice in months, like literally months. But what they did to me and her was basically we had a couple of vloggers or their subscribers. They would go around in the mixing field on YouTube, and what they would do, they would follow all the chitlin circuits. They would follow all the I like to call the snitch networks and shit like that, snitch outlets. And they go to all the snitch outlets and the people in the snitch outlets, and they tell them, "Oh, this person, they're terrible. Don't donate to this person. Or don't support this person." That's what they would did to me and Jaguar, right? Simultaneously, we was both going through the same thing. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. You know what I'm saying? Go ask her yourself. She'll tell you. They did it to both me and her. And in two cases, it was the same two motherfuckers or somebody from their team. You know what I'm saying? So and we ain't got to get into that. You know what I mean? I'm past that. But it's the truth. And so basically to this day, because of the shit that they said about us, and I'm glad that I'm seeing so many new subscribers because they're finding out, no, that's not the truth. That didn't even make sense. What was I don't sit down with motherfuckers. I'm not sitting down with your podcast. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. You know why? Because I was actually in the music business for 17 years. That's why. You understand what I'm saying? Your equation of anything don't matter a fuck to me. It really don't. You know what I'm saying? You're whatever. Even what Jag say, I can respect what she say, even though some of this shit she throw some marinara sauce on it. Yes, you do, bitch. But you know what I'm saying? Some of this shit, you know what I'm saying, got some, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I had to open my eyes to that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, I told Taurus, and that's what we both are. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about no fucking Jaguar, right? So with that being said, I watch how these little teams of people, they work in these little snitch sectors. That's what I like to call it, the snitch sector. The snitch sector, aka the T sector. This is a combination. I made this section up. This is a combination where basically there's some intelligent people in this conversation, in those conversations, and then there's some outright trash in those motherfucking conversations. And somehow or another, the trash gets to intermingle with the intelligent. The intelligent are supposed to be objectionable. So they object to anything in the conversation. That's what I want to circumnavigate back into when I was watching Anton Levy's podcast a little while ago. The prosecutor he had on there, I'm just going to call him Mr. B, aka the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is actually an ex-prosecutor. That's what I can admire. You know what I'm saying? That's because misery loves company, and if they don't have company, they'll create it. Very wise spoken. Separatism drives disdain. Be careful of those whose words you absorb. Tune in to real arenas. But LaDonna, you know me. You've been here before. What's up, man? How you doing? Listen, this is a funny thing. LaDonna, if you remember this, I was talking about this shit a year and a half ago, and niggas was damn near ready to cancel me. Now y'all ready to have these conversations now? Not you, but this in general. You notice how everybody's ready to have the conversation that I was having a year and a half ago, and then last year and a half ago, I was terrible. I hate these type of women. I hate this person. I hate. Now y'all motherfuckers having the same conversations that I was having a year and a half ago. I'm owed an apology. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, none of that stuff, all that stuff is counterproductive. It's seriously simple if you don't like it. Move on to the next feed or stream or live or whatever you know. Yeah, exactly. Communication is debate. Bro, you have an Obama voice. That's funny. It's like addicted to drama and stress. That part. Yeah. Addicted to drama and stress. And I think that's what it is. You know, if you grow up in households, how can I say it? If you grow up in households or you're around people on a daily basis that really ain't about shit, they ain't about getting no money. Like the highlight of their day is waking up, turning on their device and finding out who's gossiping about who. That's why I tell you about a lot of these vloggers. A lot of these vloggers, they ain't got no life. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them can't even create life. Oh, you think I will go find that out? You mean little, I'm gonna get into that bitch in a minute. But some of them can't even create life, huh? Anyway, now I might leave that portion out because that's mean. That's mean. That's mean. But just be aware, bitch, I know your secret. You can't, no wonder you so fucking mean, huh? Oven ain't working, huh? No pot roast tonight, huh? Why, nigga, you trying to date me? What the fuck? Look how that nigga get in the fucking thing talking about how many push-ups can you do. Why you trying to date a nigga? Like, what the fuck? How the nigga is this? Nigga, you been on here for 12 years. You got one subscriber. Oh my God. Yeah, we can't even fucking fuck with you no more. Like, this nigga got one subscriber. He been on here for 12 years. God told us like a villain from Gotham. I told like a villain for God. I might be. This is Gotham. This is New York City. I might be. I'm every nigga but Two-Face. All right. You've been keeping it a bean for a while, and the narrative has not changed. Things don't have to be altered if they come out the mouth of truthful Taurus. That's all I need to hear right there. Let me screenshot that shit. Cause I was talking the same shit last year, and now niggas is ready to have these conversations now. Oh, this person that, and that's what I point back to that former prosecutor, Mr. B, aka the Wizard of Oz, because he came down and what he did was he validated a lot of what I have been pushing the narrative of. It ain't whether or not this nigga is guilty or not. Do I think Puff did some shit? It's a possibility. I know you beat Cassie's ass in that hotel. We can't even argue that. All right, let's move past that. I know he beat Cassie's ass in the hotel room, whatever. We don't know why. You understand what I'm saying? I heard Cassie was trying to take something from him. I heard Cassie was trying to run out with some cash. I heard Cassie was trying to run away. Cassie is from right here in the New York City tri-state. You understand me? Cassie lived in the same town I lived in for years. Shout out to NL, Green and Gold, let's go. Ask any nigga out there, they gonna know me. You understand what I'm saying? Any nigga out there, they gonna know me. And they gonna tell you, I ain't running no pussies. So my point is, you understand what I'm saying? They will deeply confirm that to you. Because the people that from there, we was running with them, and they wasn't pussies. Them niggas was feared. You understand what I'm saying? Feared. So my point is I'm getting at is, it's not the tough guy talk. The point is, Cassie is from this area. If Cassie wanted to get home from New York City, it would take Cassie literally no longer than an hour and 20 motherfucking minutes from Manhattan. So if she drove from Manhattan to where she from in Connecticut, it would take an hour, 20, 25 minutes if it's traffic, hour, 45 minutes if it's real heavy traffic. Yeah, DD. Yeah, DD, what you say? Nah, man, I don't look like no uncle from the Boondocks. And you like, I don't like niggas be coming in here talking about what niggas look like and shit. Another nigga came in here talking about farting and shit. Like, y'all some weirdo niggas. No wonder y'all so easy to tame. What's good, broski? Shout out from Central Maine. What's going on, Maine? New England. What's in the building? Connecticut on the check-in, man. Ben Affleck. You sound so like a villain from Gotham. I hear you. Anyway, listen. Continuing on, the prosecutor, former prosecutor, brought up a couple tunes that I liked, and one of them he brought up was, well, if he didn't say anything incriminating on the phone call, like TT reported, oh, it's over now. And so this chick has a hard on and does not like men of color. I'm trying to tell you, either she doesn't like you or she will like you if you get in line, which I'm gonna get into that in a minute too. Cause listen, I ain't with all that get in line shit. I fucking go out like this before we do that get in line shit. You know what I'm saying? For real, because it looked like that's what society heading to. So, and I'm talking about on the of women. Well, there's a lot of women out here doing a lot of like crazy shit. A lot of y'all don't even know, but women have become the biggest rising prison population, along with white men, an increasing prison population, which we don't talk about. We want to keep focus on men of color, but we don't talk about. Go right now to the Department of Justice website and see how many white men have increasingly been starting to be incarcerated nowadays. You'd be surprised. Yapping Black Man channel talking about nothing. You're Big Steve, huh? Oh God. Oh my God, Steve, I'm gonna stop vlogging because you're so quintessential to this area. I mean, hell, you've been on YouTube for 10 years and got 64 subscribers. You are the epitome of everything that we need to talk about. Oh God, shut up. Anyway, continuing on. This man, he brought up a lot of points there, and I like to highlight some of them. One of them he brought up, he was like, well, just because there was a phone call, a three-way phone call, or a set of three-way phone calls, or whatever the case may be, does not mean anything in particular as far as where we're at when we're looking at what has actually transacted. Now, another thing that keeps getting left out of the conversation is this prison was already in big trouble. And I'm going to read something to you guys because, see, a lot of these vloggers, they do it for the sake of a couple of views like TT does. She likes to shock value people for a couple of views all the time. You understand what I'm saying? And unfortunately enough, give me a second, guys. Unfortunately enough, sometimes you have to have the what's the name? Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Not that, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. No, I'm responding to shit like that. Y'all got the wrong motherfucker. I'll kind of joke with you, but I mean, you'll get your little 2 cents. It's gonna take you longer to write it, and then it's gonna take you longer to write what you writing than quicker for me to motherfucking remove it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, whatever you need to do, man, you write what you need to write. Just make sure it's some thespian shit. I might read it. All right. So, give me 2 seconds, y'all. This is the part that they keep leaving out. And it's getting me kind of like, I don't know, kind of pissed because I don't like when people tell lies or don't include everything that's there. And that's what that prosecutor did. As a prosecutor, it's your job to keep everything in order as far as the evidence, everything. Just give me 1 second. I had it up here and then I accidentally had something happen. Okay, so here we go right here. And there was actually 2 sets of them. So there was one October 28th. Now, there's been judges that have not want to didn't want to send sentence inmates to MDC down there in Brooklyn down there, don't you know? Well, here it goes. Investigators from various federal agencies launched an contingency operation on Monday at the trouble locked up in New York City with Sean Diddy Combs is being held. The investigators of the Bureau of Prisons, the Justice Department inspector, I'm going to say one more time for you, the investigators from the Bureau of Prisons here in New York City, if you don't know who that is, New York State actually, Justice Department inspectors, which are federal, and other law enforcement agencies descended on the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn on Monday. The Bureau of Prisons, in a statement to the Associated Press, the law enforcement operation is designed to achieve a shared goal to maintain a safe environment for both our employees and incarcerated individuals housed at MDC. The agency said prison officials declined to provide specific details about the operation on Monday morning, but what many people found out was there was a murder for hire plot at that jail. Now, I want to wound y'all on to something here because nobody wants to talk about this. We're going to talk about everything about public. We're not going to talk about the fucking murder for hire. Like, get the hell out of here. This is why I said these people are idiots, some of them that are talking. You guys are fools to be listening to them. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay, and here we go right here. So that raid took place on the 28th, correct? This happened on October 17th. This happened on October 7th. I bought a pair of pants from Gap. I'm satisfied with my purchase. That's what's up. I'll say, so following order here. This incident that I'm about to read to you happened October 17th. And most of us, we know here in the New York City tri-state area, we know for a fact that if you got all these people involved here, whatever the case may be, we know for a fact there's something bigger going on in this puff. All right. You don't need upstate New York to come on down. You don't need federal investigators to come in for one puff. You can have in-house staff deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that happened on the 28th when they did that raid at MDC. This right here that I'm reading to you guys, as you can see, and so you're not confused. See that date right there? Look at the date. All right, I don't want you to think I'm reading you any porgy pies here and blowing smoke up your ass. It's October 17th. That raid happened October 28th. Now listen to the story here. Damian Wayans, a United States Attorney for Southern District of New York, and Patrick E. Franey, Special Agent in charge of New York Field Office of United States Secret Service. This is Secret Service, okay? Secret Service. Please underline that. Announced the unsealing of superseding indictment charge of Dijon McBean, a.k.a. Jeezy Moolah, a.k.a. Freeze, Carl Smith, a.k.a. Packerville, Chelsea Harris, a.k.a. Miss Chin, with the murder for hire conspiracy resulting in a personal injury and death, stalking, resulting in life-threatening bodily injury and death, the conspiracy to destroy records. These charges relate to McBean, Smith, and Harris' roles in attempting to murder an individual in December 2023, which resulted in the shooting death of Clarissa Burgess on December 26, 2023. McBean is already serving a federal sentence for directing a separate gang-related shooting in 2017. Will be presented today in Manhattan Federal Court, same court that Puff's in, Manhattan Federal Court before U.S. Magistrate Judge Sarah L. Cave. Smith and Harris were arrested previously and detained pending trial. The case is assigned to the U.S. District Judge. And check this out. The U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said, as an alleged Dijon McBean and his co-conspirators planned to carry out an elaborate plot to murder another individual by causing others to shoot at the target several times in New York City. During one of those shootings, an innocent bystander, Clarissa Burgess, was killed. McBean allegedly directed the murder plot using a contraband cell phone found within the federal jail. I'm going to read that for you again. During one of those shootings, an innocent bystander, Clarissa Burgess, was killed. McBean allegedly directed this murder plot using a contraband cell phone within a federal jail while waiting to be sentenced for a separate gang-related shooting. Thanks to the hard work of the prosecutors of this office and our law enforcement partners, McBean and his co-conspirators will be held to the account of this crime. The charges make clear that this office and our law enforcement partners are dedicated to pursuing those who commit violence on our streets and any federal inmate who causes such violence. That's why that jail was raided. That's why that jail was raided. You understand what I'm saying? So when you find a contraband cell phone, as people are sitting up here talking, oh, you're talking words out. No, you're not paying attention, motherfucker. That's your problem now. That's why you're so easy to lead. What I'm telling you is they found the contraband cell phone. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. They found this contraband cell phone. That's what I just finished reading to you guys. It was in the MDC prison. This is the same prison Puff is in. They found this on October 17th, and they got up all these charges on those three characters I just read you their names, okay? The one of the characters, he ended up being an inmate that was at the MDC. You understand what I'm saying? And all these three types of shootings he was telling his people to go on or whatever. I don't know the guy, so I don't know what's going on with him. But evidently, as they read it, he was directing people from his jail cell to go do this to this person, go do that to this person, shoot at this person, shoot at that person. And basically, out of one of those attempted really to scare those people, he ended up killing somebody, which is this lady named Miss Burgess. God bless her heart. As that happened, they came to the jail cell, I'm imagining, and they found this hidden cell phone. Now, if many of y'all been online lately, that's why I said there's a difference between motherfuckers that are in the know and motherfuckers that are not. If you've been online lately, you'll see many of these videos, and you'll have dudes all across the country that are doing videos in the jail cell. You see people doing push-ups, people doing videos, people showing how their daily lives is, how much commissary they got, blah, 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 blah. We see this all the time. You can go off you go offline for me right now, go anywhere on here, just put in guys cooking in jail and watch what come up. Just put in guys cooking in jail. Now, they found this phone, and subsequently after that, what do you think is going to happen to a already federally charged and convicted? I want to underline that, convicted. Mr. B, if you're a prosecutor, you understand the difference between that. Charged versus convicted. This was a convicted felon that was waiting to be arranged to go to the next facility to carry out his term of which he had gotten sentenced to. He had ordered or orchestrated somehow or another. This is not Pup. This is a separate man. And this would made into them coming into the jail. Somehow or another, this story got turned around and it was made to look like, well, they came to raid the jail for Puff. And this is what this female vlogger TT did. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm noticing consistently, she keeps doing the same thing, but not telling the whole story. She's leaving out parts of the story. And I understand, sweetheart, you want to sound exciting. You feel like your boyfriend is protecting you or whoever, or whatever the case might be. I don't give a fuck about him. Trust me when I tell you this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you don't believe nothing else, believe that. Now, I'm not here for that. I'm here to just remind you, sweetheart, you have a whole history, and I looked it up. There are people that stopped following this girl. They have followed this girl for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. They had stopped following this girl because the consistent thing that keeps coming up is she reports on things and she doesn't do the due diligence of examining the evidence or seeing if there's any other way that this could fit in or there any other narrative or whatever. And that's your duty as a journalist or a citizen journalist to make sure you cover all avenues. There have been many times that you have heard me on here, and I say I played a part of neutrality, meaning when people was coming in and asking me, who you vote for, Trump or Harris? I was like, I'm not telling you who, and I'm not playing for who. I'm not promoting for either. I'm not down in either. And that's the way you play it when you're doing this journalism thing. When you fall wayward to one end, and that's what I saw with the prosecutor dude, ex-prosecutor dude, was his name, we call him Mr. B, aka the Wizard of Oz. When the Wizard of Oz came in, he extrapolated the same terminology to you. This is how the law works. Now, fuck what your conspiracy channel is talking about. Fuck how you feel about Puff. Fuck how you feel about the music industry. When we get down to the nits and gritty of it all, we're going off what's already in the pre-existing law structure here in America. And a lot of people are trying to look past that and beyond that and try to create their own situation of what they think America should be or what they think the outcome should be. And thank God we don't, because we would have a whole bunch of motherfuckers in town square with pitchforks and tiki fires and ready to throw stones at whoever comes up next. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how we have returned to the archaic in society, literally. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They be like, oh, no. No, we are returning to the archaic, meaning like our how can I say it? Our mentalities are absolutist mentalities now. Our absolutist mentalities suffer, and it's really from a communist, Marxist, socialist type of like mentality. Our mentalities now are, it's either this way or it's that way. It's one or the other. There's no middle ground. There's no room for judgment or like that or whatever the case may be. We'll talk about that at the latter end, all right? Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that up, support the channels. We throw down this wisdom, whatever. We actually gonna be moving around. So you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to you, Hoop Central. Make sure you donate, B. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you donate. Make sure you do that. Thank you very much. What's going on, Nat? Are you up in here somewhere motherfucking high, nigga? What's up? Stop saying bold. Oh, yeah, that doofy. Yeah, I ain't worried about him. I ain't worried about him. They all do that. Anyway, long story short, continuing on. I listened to this ex-prosecutor. He was over there at the Anton Levy Atwood podcast. And I was sitting over there listening to him, and he made sense. See, I always make sure a truly intelligent person opens their mind to everything that's going on. That's real gangster. Like, you know what the guys taught me. No, you listen for everything, everything, and within everything that you're hearing, you have to make quick decisions. This is the way the New York City tri-state work. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything that you think sound good can actually be a setup, and everything that you think don't sound good could actually be the truth. You understand? And so I liked a lot of things that prosecutor dude had to say. Another thing that he stood on was the fact that he was like, well, so what? He made a three-way phone call. I said the same thing. People do this shit all the time. So what? He made a three-way phone call. Do you think this man is stupid enough? And this is his exact words. Do you think this man is stupid enough to say incriminating shit while he's on a federal phone? It don't matter even if you're three-way. People know how those phones, you miss me with that one. Then the second thing was, oh, let me get this one out of here real quick. Are you Diddy? Shut up. That sounds stupid. That sounds stupid. Like, we don't have time. If you could ever have any superpower, what would it be? It would be called invisibility. Watch this. Poof, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you have a lot of these people out here that try to go on these diatribes every night and talk about how they feel versus what's really going on in the equation. And what I see going on in the equation is the same thing that Mr. B, aka the Wizard of Oz, said today on Anton LaVey Atwood's channel. You understand? Which I'm gonna get in a little deeper because I ain't like some shit you did say at the end either, sir. But you know, it comes with the territory. I can see what type of guy you were from a mile away. But well, it's right, is right. And what I heard him say was, just because Puff was on a three-way call doesn't mean that Puff was saying something that was notorious. And the fact that people come to the conclusion already that he was saying something notorious, he was doing this, or like old homegirl said, let me tell you something, TT. You better ease up, mama. You know, I know you in the business of this copying other people's lives, or copying news that you hear from places, and then delivering it basically your same way. But sweetheart, trust me, it's going to be a penance to pay for that if you continue on. You understand? But right now, I want you to continue on. You're an asset, baby. You're an asset. You part of the team, baby. Part of the team. Shout out to TT, man. She part of the team, baby. Think you smart, huh? I love a motherfucker that think they smart. That's one of my best things I have about me. If you don't know, my nickname's Professional. I love when a motherfucker thinks they're smart. I've proven that 1,000,001 fucking times in era. I love when a motherfucker thinks they're smart, especially a motherfucker think they're too smart and thinks I'm stupid. I prefer you think I'm stupid. It works more to my advantage. Anyway, long story short here, I seen a second example of what Mr. B said, aka, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving his respect, Mr. B. You know what I'm saying? I noticed something else that he said that was quite inquisitive, which he said, and I'm paraphrasing a bit here, but he was talking about the charges and the velocity of there's a possibility this shit could get tossed out. And I concur, sir. I agree. I agree. And to be quite honest with you, you were trying to warn your friend, but he just didn't get the synergy. I said, Anton LaVey, he just didn't get the synergy. He was like, no, I'm trying to tell you from a legal aspect, you are going to be like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, shout out to the Wizard of Oz, aka Mr. B. Diddy is eating brown sugar in a pen, says Marty. And Marty's highly successful in life, don't you guys know? Marty's been on here a whole 11 years. He's got 3 I'm sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear me now? I want y'all to say that to your family member next week. For all you people that are out there, I don't know why I muted like that. For all you people that were out there, let me say it again. For all the people that are out there that are celebrating this man going to jail, you can hear me now. Nigga, I just took it off of there. I was like, you can hear me now, nigga. Fuck. Give me a share of this real quick. Let me make sure I share this and then repeat what I said. Okay? Don't worry, I know what I said. All the people that are out here celebrating this man going to jail and all that shit or whatever, or him being in jail, laughing at the holidays are coming up, and this a whole bunch of shit. Well, this podcast ain't gonna end no time soon, so don't worry, y'all. I got a lot to say about that. Some of y'all motherfuckers is talking right now. Got to walk through urine to get to your apartment at night, and people in their complexes, you know, a whole bunch of people in there that's in jail or been through the jail system or whatever the case may be. You know, it's horrible in those situations, right? And so as I'm sitting there and I'm listening to these niggas be in these chat rooms everywhere, talking about, yeah, nigga, guys, you went to jail, that nigga gone, he done now. This is niggas that been lifetime haters. Some of these niggas that's talking on these podcasts is 40, 45, 50 years old, ain't got shit to show for it. Ain't never did shit. Some of these motherfuckers is popping up as far as our world is concerned, because if you don't know me, my name is Dav Lewis. I was in the music industry for over 17 years. I worked with Bad Boy Entertainment. I'll show you guys some more pictures and all that shit in a few minutes here. I do it all the time. With that being said, I was actually in the music business. We partied with these guys. We stayed at the same hotels as these guys. We was at the same clubs with these guys. We hung out with these guys. Like, we knew the artists. Some of the artists were our friends. I got pictures with almost 3 artists that we promoted, you know? So we were instrument as far as we were concerned in that period of being part. And everybody else was part of those programs that started out, whether they were Rockefeller, whether they were at Murder Inc., whether they were at Def Jam, wherever you was at that period or whatever. Shout out to all them street teams that started out right there. You understand what I'm saying? That people went on to do other things. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. How far you need to put your finger up your nose before it starts hurting? Who comes in there and asks a man that? So that's why I be trying to tell y'all. It'd be a lot of these people on here, as you can read by their comments. I don't. That's why I don't even respond to them. A lot of these people are mentally ill, and a lot of these subscribers are mentally ill. They're gone. You understand? That's why I said not only them, but you have podcasters catering to these mentally ill people. Anyway, long story short, man, I'm glad I heard it from a and I'm gonna move on because I was some other stuff I want to talk about. I'm glad I heard it from an actual prosecutor when he was showing the hints of doubt or whatever. He's probably going to alert this motherfucker what the Prince of Doubt is now. I hope he doesn't catch it. But hey, man, y'all continue doing what y'all doing, man. You know what I'm saying? But at least we have a former prosecutor alluding to the same thing I said. I said, no, these people just don't understand how the law works, you know, and it's unfortunate. I am adamant in saying this, and I said this and I'll say it again. All the men that I worked for under that company, because it's going to come up anyway. So if y'all motherfuckers get mad because I mention your name, nigga, they going to mention your name regardless. So let me mention it. Get it? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be James Cruz, whether it be Sean Press, formerly Malcolm Mouse, all these people that we came up under, and they never led us in a direction or told us, hey, here's an offering to go to this party. And these niggas used to tell us, yo, this after party over here. Y'all shoot over there, see what's happening over there. And yo, this one having a joint over there. We talking about other artists. And we never went to other artists, people's shit and seen shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And I've got when I say tons of pictures, I mean tons from different years for almost 2 decades. And we never saw none of this weird shit. Some people, well, y'all ain't close. How fucking close you gotta be if we staying in the same hotel as these niggas? How fucking more close do you have to be? So when I have people that actually, and then we have people that are heralding these stories and they're talking about them online. Listen, no disrespect to the CC nigga, but yo, my homie, you wasn't around us like that. You know understand what I'm saying? Bonds was. You wasn't, respectfully. You understand what I'm saying? You wasn't around us like that. What'd you do? You bodyguard for Puff like 1 or 2 or 3 times? You was around busting and violating niggas. But you wasn't around us at that time. You know what I'm saying? Or we would have remembered you. I can't even tell you who was around at that time. It was either Barnes or Breeze, one of the two. Now y'all go ask Barnes and ask him if I'm lying. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. These niggas don't know what they're talking about. That's why I say I refuse to sit there and listen to a nigga from Australia try to tell us what we actually lived and went through. Like, I'm sorry, fake Thor. That shit ain't happening. That nigga tried to get tough the other day, too, talking about suck your mama. Who was you talking to, pussy? Huh? Watch that shit, bro. Watch that shit. I don't do subliminals, nigga. I don't do subliminals. Like, I don't do subliminals. Don't be trying to act tough now. You's a ladies' man over there, master slave master over there. When you like the way these two motherfuckers have the black women on their show and one Latin woman on their show structured up, it's almost fucking disgusting to me. Because the way I'm gonna tell you what I mean. For all you bitches that be over there, I'm gonna keep it a buck. For every last one of you bitches that be over there, this is the problem I have. You hoes don't act like that when you on podcasts with African American folks. When you on podcasts with African American folks, see over there, y'all all all gathered. You're very calm, very that's funny. Especially the Haitian gal. Oh, she's the most hilarious. I'm like, bitch, can you stick your tongue any further up his ass? Jesus fucking Christ. Put some goddamn tap shoes on her, she'd be all ready to go, huh? But anyway, this tap dancing, mon petit, au compris, mademoiselle, hein? Some dit oui, some do ah. Ton mon petit, some dit gla, huh? This woman, vimi la coco, mademoiselle, mademoiselle, coco. This woman sits online, and she is like the biggest brown noser out of all of them. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally all of them. Listen, man, coming in here throwing 13-year-old jokes that don't work with me. You understand what I'm saying? Like say some hardcore shit. And come in here, call me milk door head, some shit like that. Shit don't work with me, nigga. I get bitches. You understand what I'm saying? I probably could fuck your mama. Like I'm gonna be honest. If you under 25, I could probably fuck your mother. You understand what I'm saying? So be easy. You understand? Let's be cool. Let's be cool. Let's be cool. Now, the women they have over there, they have them ain't no love, nigga. Ain't no love. Ain't no love. Fuck that. Ain't no love out here on these YouTube streets. Niggas talking about love. Ain't no love, nigga. I know the few cats in here that love me. If you love me, nigga, you hit up the Cashapp. Niggas be on here, ask me why. Oh God, I know I ain't got a ugly bitch on here asking me wearing a Gap t-shirt with a gap in his tape. Is that supposed to bother me, bitch? You want to bother you? You so ugly, you couldn't even put up your real picture in the motherfucker shit. Now, how about that? This nigga got a picture of Tyler, the Creator on his shit. Why your real picture? You that ugly, huh? Ugly motherfuckers always got the most to say. And niggas have been on here 1 year with 3 subscribers, always got the most to say. Always got the most to say. Always got the most to say. You a loser. I don't pay attention to people like that. What is DMX talking about? We talking about your moms. Know what I'm saying? For real, we talking about your moms. You've been on here 11 years with 5 subscribers. We talking about your moms. For real. Tell us hi. Anyway, back to what we talking about here. All up for Diddy. Are you a man? Mr. Crackho. Okay. This one been on here a month, so you just created a troll account. Yeah, you definitely mentally ill. Pay attention to the mentally ill people in here. Nigga, ain't that all them little 5th grade. Let me get something straight for y'all real quick. Yeah, I'm reading this shit and I shouldn't even be engaging in it. But nigga, I'm not in 5th fucking grade. All right? Like that little cornball shit you told my nigga. I live in the New York City tri-state area. Are you fucking serious? Like for real? Well, the nigga writing that shit is from Omaha right now. He's sitting in front of his shit and he typing like this. This one gonna get him. You gotta milk that head. Nigga, you ain't got no girlfriend. That's what the problem is. Any nigga that's writing some shit like that, you ain't got no girlfriend, or everybody in your house disrespect you, or mother. Listen, this is the problem. A lot of these niggas ain't on their girl's lease. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of these niggas is typing in my chat room right now. They on a shared plan, cell phone plan with their girlfriend. I'm trying to tell y'all, wake up. Like these niggas be fronting online. They be having issues. You understand what I'm saying? They be having issues. What the brother to me, Mike Tyson. What bothers me is that weak Mike Tyson fight factory. No, yo no tiene un iPhone, yo tiene un Samsung aquí, se pero un Celi. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué tú tienes? Tú tienes un iPhone, ¿no? No, no nos gusta, no quiere. Porque ese es diferente, tú sabes, este Android es el mío, tú sabes, ese me gusta, pero la Dio y a Dio, la lanza, tú sabes, ese es mío ahí. Pero yo tengo un iPhone, ese es diferente, yo no me gusta porque cuando tú tienes un iPhone, tú tienes un GPS, tú sabes, pero la policía, tú sabes, es más, esto porque yo no quiero, tú sabes. Claro, gracias. You gotta do better than that one, bro. All right. Sorry about that. That offended anybody. Some people don't like when I speak Spanish on there. I don't know what the fuck. One of the things that I suggest is this: watch the podcasters you listen to. A lot of these podcasters are giving you information about Puff. These people have never been in the music industry before in their life. A lot of these people have never ever really did anything. A lot of these people were working at McDonald's as of 2 years ago. I've seen people that were podcasters, and I go and look at their social media and shit, and I'd be like, hold up, you worked at fucking McDonald's? Like, I literally, there's a bitch that's blogging right now. She worked at McDonald's 2 years ago. I can't make this up. And I'm not saying there's no room to extend. That's ridiculous. What I'm saying is these people hop online and they're more about sensationalism. And I want to say, Mr. And fuck it, I'm gonna say your name, the Lionel B dude. He said the exact same thing today. He said these people are more ingrained in sensationalism than they actually are, and what's the truth and what's not the truth. And that's the problem. First time tuning in, like your arguments. Brooklyn, what's going on, BK? Shout out to y'all. You already know. Already. Salud, la gente on negro. But libertad. All right. And it's not that you have to be objectional. It's that that's pretty your choice. If you want to be objectional, that's on you. It's not that you have to be objectional. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App too, man. I'm gonna make some moves for y'all if y'all want to. Trust me on this, y'all like it. So make sure y'all donate $5, $10 or whatever. It's pinned right down there below, whatever. As many of y'all know, I don't get a lot of people come in here and they say, yo, we like your content, we like what you be doing. You know what I'm saying? I cover mad shit. I had 33,000 people one day in my live when I ended it, and I got 4 donations. I was like, yo, are y'all serious? Do you see what the fuck I meant? Like, nobody would be doing the shit I be doing. And like, it's crazy because you're the least ones to get supported. So I watch a guy that one time his subscribers will come in here from time to time. They don't do as much no more. That was just the other weirdo. But they would come in here. And I got to say this because I always got to promote myself. Fuck you if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you become a podcaster, don't ever be scared of getting rid of subscribers. You understand what I'm saying? Treat them motherfuckers just like a real person you wouldn't like. Like a real person in life. If they did you wrong, they was always hanging around you. Like this a nigga always want a cigarette, always want a cigarette, always want a cigarette. You get rid of them, right? You understand what I'm saying? Well, that's how information is for me. You always want a story, always want a cigarette, want a cigarette. Sooner or later, yo, my nigga, like you ain't putting $5 on a pack, you gotta go. That's how I am. I don't always be like that. Anyway, because who the fuck are you to go in here and tell people they can't make money? Hey, Ruby Johnson, what's going on? And so that shit kills me. So what I mean by that is, Ruby, I had one of them motherfuckers come in here again. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm just clearing up something for all the new ones. Ruby Johnson, one of my old subscribers, so I fuck with her. She always supported me on this channel or whatever. She could pay testament to it. Ruby watched me go through the whole Jonathan Majors trial. I'm talking about literally they're on scene in person, and even had Jonathan Majors, he was the only person that gave me a shout out of all these motherfuckers, and I had it on camera, right? And I remember at the time, it was maybe 4 people. Ahmad L was one of the people, and a few other people. They were the only people that supported me. I was like, yo, what the fuck is that about? And then I found it's from a position of hatred. You understand? Yeah, the hatred go deep more than y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it go with people of color, both black and Latin. It's like the hatred is deep, son. Like, if you not a motherfucker that's talking, like, because I'm going to give you an example. They didn't like Jonathan Majors. And I always express that. They didn't like Jonathan Majors. They didn't like Jonathan Majors. They didn't like the situation Jonathan Majors was in. I was there in person, and the situation that happened with Jonathan Majors was like, I honestly and truthfully believe if more people of color would have been there to support him, he might have stood a better chance. The fact that there was nobody there except for me and another gentleman who's from the Associated Press. We were the only two people of color, and another Puerto Rican brother that was from one of the news publications. We were the only three minorities down there that was capturing what was going on. And it was a goddamn shit because we were the only people in the press area. Literally. I'm sorry, you didn't hear anybody write that in here. And I hope you go straight to hell for writing something like that. You should be ashamed of yourself for writing some shit like that. Somebody wrote in here, I'm sorry you got cancer, lady. Like, why would you write something like, and that was a man. I told you we got these feminine ass men out here. Do the hammer. Oh, shut the fuck up. Nigga came in here with a fake profile. Like, these people are crazy. Let me see this one. YouTube. This guy called himself YouTube Community Guidelines. A guy wrote in here, he would be, yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like I said, there's a lot of mentally ill people here on YouTube. If I showed you what that dude wrote, y'all would be disgusted. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's all because they will literally spend their whole podcast telling people to donate to them and nobody judges them or whatever because they talk in the direction that these people want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk just like that fucking prosecutor talked today that I heard over there, Anton, Levy's network. You understand what I'm saying? And be behest of what's going on. Well, we don't do those. We don't do those here. You looking for the little kid channel. You too old for that shit, bro. Like, I don't be doing no little kid shit like that. Now, I want to move on to another. I saw they had this dude on there the other day. I ain't even going to say your name. You know what I'm saying? Something boy or something like that. And so they was interviewing you. Boy, you look like the first 48 over there. You was like, and we from Milwaukee or something like that. You were like, I was like, boy, why you over there talking to them motherfuckers for? The motherfuckers ain't gonna help you. Oh, Cash Apps. I got it. Cash Apps. Cash Apps. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I said Cash Apps, huh? Cash Apps. They all do it. They all do it for Cash Apps. You know what I'm saying? Cash App actors and actresses. So now the going tone is nowadays, these motherfuckers, they hop online and basically what they do is they plea to the audiences. And what they happen to do is they happen to have the same stories that many of us, if you've been part of this YouTube community for more than 5 years, you know we've heard these same stories from these same exact motherfuckers over and over and over again for 5 years. I ain't gonna say nobody's name specific, but some of these motherfucking characters in these stories, we didn't heard their stories for the past 5 fucking years, literally. You understand what I'm saying? These motherfuckers go from podcast to part, and this is why I'm talking about this donation shit. Y'all make sure y'all hit up my Cash App pin right under Tender Gray's name, $STRINGERBELL80. Like I said, we moving and shaking and traveling. Make sure y'all hit that up. Many of these same stories that I heard, it always got a Cash App attached to it. That's why I said it's all a game. When you hear these motherfuckers, you hear a whole group of motherfuckers say, don't donate to that person doing this. Or the other one is, and I don't like what you doing, Duke O'Shea, Duke Jackson. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, you gotta stop that sucker shit you be doing. Like this nigga will find people, because somebody gonna do that to you one day and your whole shit gonna be over. Trust me when I tell you. When you a type of nigga to do shit like that, you bring in a certain type of energy. And sooner or later, what's gonna happen is that energy gonna come back to you, they're gonna shut your shit down. And you got a lot to risk over there, because you claim you in Africa. I don't know if you are or not, but you claim you in Africa. If you in Africa, bro, you need a lot of income to bring in to stay over there. So I'm just saying, homie, be a little bit easy. Like I seen you now attacking the second man of color. Talking about, well, ain't telling the truth. No, nigga, attack the white crowds that you claim are oppressing people. That's the problem I have. All these pro-black motherfuckers, if you really pro-black, what you would do is you would go attack the black motherfuckers that's fooling people. These bitch ass niggas and bitches is online telling porcupines and lies. And luckily today I caught an ex-prosecutor came on and letting motherfuckers know the same thing. Hey nigga, you're having yourself in a shroud. This is what he told Anton Levy on his podcast. You're having a whole shroud of motherfuckers surrounding you right now, and you don't even realize the pickle that you're getting yourself in. He's trying to warn you. You understand what I'm saying? He's trying to warn you. Because there's going to be certain people, you know what I'm saying? I won't say it, sorry for my, yeah, you good. But to be quite honest with you, a lot of these people going to have to answer for some of the shit they said on their podcast. I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you. And allegedly, it's not going to get you past it. Allegedly, it's not going to get you past it. There's been a lot of things said on these podcasts, and you can think what you want to think about me. Hey, go ask Jaguar right off. She knows all about me. Jaguar ain't met me a day in her fucking life, and Jaguar was never around Bad Boy, respectfully. You understand what I'm saying? But she was around Puff when Puff was in the early days. She was never around Bad Boy Entertainment. And I was there for 17 years, respectfully. You wasn't in any of our parties. You wasn't in any of our hangouts. You wasn't in any of that. That's respectfully. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I will say this much. Jag was around when Puff was first starting out, and that's the part that we missed. That's not deploring her. That's actually giving context to the story. She was around during those times, and those times are oblivious to me because I wasn't around. You understand what I'm saying? I think I saw Kim Porter maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole time being a Bad Boy. Like 2 or 3 times. I know one time she came, I think it was his birthday. Then I saw another time when she was downstairs and he had showed up at the office. This was when we was at 1540 Broadway. And then, because everybody used to park right there in the front. I've been there and done lives there before. As of like a month ago, I think. But I think 2 or 3 times, maybe even possibly 4. I think one time she was at the club with us or something. That was it. I never saw that woman that much. So I can't verify if that woman was getting beat, whatever was happening to her. So how the fuck is some vlogger do it? Based on speculation. I saw people in this chat room talking about they need to exhume the body. They need to dig the body up. Then he tried to break down the statue that's in front of Puff's house and talk about all this. No, nigga, what you trying to do is, Anton LaVey, you pagan, is you trying to direct attention off of you and put it somewhere else. No, nigga, because you had somebody else on your podcast today and this motherfucker caught you. I saw your whole throat almost come through the motherfucking screen. He said, and the guy that was on there with you that was kind of conservative, I actually dug him a little bit, even though he was alienating and refused to talk bad about any white man. But every nigga that came up in the conversation, he was condemning them. That y'all just let y'all self be known. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking to somebody, you don't have to believe it or not, but I grew up around Italians and Greeks. I understand that how can I say, not the dichotomy, but the way you think. You understand what I'm saying? And I know it's culture first. Always culture first with you. Now, is that being an example? I'm not mad at you. But what I'm saying is you can't be on your fucking network telling porgy pies, you son of a bitch. And that's what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? You're taking these manufactories and you're taking these stories you're hearing from people and you're pointing them on your channel and you even said it to yourself, nigga, I don't ever tell me what the fuck to do, you bitch ass motherfucker. You're having these people on your channel and all these different stories are coming up, but some of these stories we've heard for 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? From these same individuals in many of the cases. They've been matriculated, they've been twisted, they've been turned, some have stayed consistent, some haven't. You understand what I'm saying? One thing I want to point out before I get into fake Thor, one thing I want to point out is this. Natalia, I think that's how you pronounce your name. I respect you, lady. We're talking about a conversation. We're talking about a conversation about a little bit of everything, but right now I'm talking about Anton LaVey Atwood's channel, some of the guests he had on there, blah, 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 blah. You understand? I preferably just like having podcasts where, you know what I mean? I don't have to do that or whatever. And most of the people that understand what I'm talking about, they understand what I'm talking about. But welcome here. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit up the Cashapp, support the channel. But we're talking about that amongst the circulation of the story about Puffy and latest updates and things like that. I know it's been about 1 hour and 20 minutes, and that's why I didn't go there. You know what I'm saying? I know a good orthodontist, really. I know a good pimp, too, with your mother. All right. So back to the story here. What we were talking about is we're talking about how let me kick back in. Give me 2 seconds. 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 He threw me off with that one. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I want to go back to Anton Levy. What he was trying to warn you of, son, was that you two ex-convicts, because that's what you are. You and your boy fake Thor. Oh, you didn't know, and the other one too. What did y'all do? Y'all robbed some banks and stuff. Y'all look like bank robbers. Y'all either bank robbers or y'all stole some money. Y'all definitely ain't drug dealers, but y'all definitely bank robbers or stole some money somehow systematically. What did y'all motherfuckers go to jail for? Because all three, I noticed that. You, fake Thor, and the other one, y'all all three went to jail. I used to call, what I call him, Bilbo Baggins. All three y'all went to jail. What was y'all in jail for? I want to know that. What's going on? What's popping? Get this man some law. You gotta do better than that, bro. You gotta do better than that. You gotta do better than that. That's some of the people from his channel over there. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. I even quote what somebody wrote in that chat room today. They said, "Sure, there's a lot of melanin people feeding off melanin energy." I said, somebody got it. He's just two slave masters. And they were joking in their chat room about niggas. They said it real coherently too. And some people just didn't pick it up. They were so busy grinning and smiling. See, sometimes when you get certain niggas that ain't never been around white folks before, they can't help but grinning and smiling. It's the most elated moment of their motherfucking life. I know some people don't believe that. There's other white culture, but trust me, we know these motherfuckers. There's nothing you're gonna tell me about a motherfucker I went to dinner with and ate around, spent Christmases with. There's nothing you're gonna tell me about how black and Latino people behavior is. Fuck what you talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of these motherfuckers, when they get around white people, they feel elated, even if they know them white people hate them in retrospect. They feel elated. I'm going to say it for you one more time. They feel elated, especially the men, especially Latin and black men. They don't never feel like men until they're around white men. And then all of a sudden they feel like a full man. This is what a full man, they will equate themselves to a white man to actually be figured and feel like a man. It's a strange, weird fucking analogy, but it is. That's not fake. It's say not correcto, but I'm not a liar. You from the street? That's how I know you ain't from the street. What's going on? Yeah, any nigga to write in, I'm from the street. I just automatically block you. Bro, them niggas don't talk like that. Ask some nigga right, I'm hard as fuck. Like, that's why I get trying to tell y'all, these dudes are weird, bro. This nigga just created the profile literally just a minute ago. So that means this nigga went and created a profile. That's crazy. The nigga went and created a profile. This week he come in here and talk. Which street am I from? I ain't answering no nigga named Barney's Burgers. All right, back to the conversation, y'all. Back to the conversation. When you get these people and they gather in these little huddles over here on these channels or whatever, you got to make sure that you know at all times that the person that's pulling the puppet strings, that's the person right there I got to watch for. Now, he's got conglomerates of his little channel, whatever. What, mind you, I don't never go on their channel and say anything. I don't ever go on none of these niggas' channel and say anything. That's how y'all know I'm telling the truth. Because later on, you'll hear other motherfuckers concur what I said earlier, right? It's actually amazing. Trust me, I'm really not a liar, but can be. I don't know what you're talking about, G. I don't know who you're talking to, what you're talking about. I really don't understand it, man. But make sure you hit up the Cashapp, man, because you're writing a lot in there. And I don't even understand the way you're writing. I'm not a liar. You spelled liar, Liayer. Like, why did you add 2 more letters to that? But K can. Y'all gotta stop writing shit like that. Y'all gotta stop writing that horrible ass Ebonic shit. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. If the police want to read that shit, they know what the fuck you said. Like, at least make that shit like tricky. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, where the bit it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, what doing that? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? No, it was like, Like, you gotta make it creative. Y'all niggas ain't even creative with it. Like, come on, Mr. Underdog. I'm expecting better for you than that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, dog. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We'll get some more people in here. We always got to get people in here that are charitable donators, people, you know, taking a break in a second. We said, I can't rely. All right, man. Yeah, this is somebody got some mental illness. All right, Mr. Underdog, has been real. Yeah. Now I got him out. I got him out. I got him out of here. He kept writing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I was just like, yo, why do you keep writing that like that? Like, are you trying to insult me or something? Like, I didn't know what he was doing. So I just like, yo, you gotta go. Like, I don't allow people to sit in my chat room and just keep writing things over and over. This is not a game place. I'm not a kid. I'm not here to joke with you. I'm not your buddy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here for you to write your I guess LBGTQ in the windows and none of that shit. Like especially if it's rather disgusting shit. Like if some of them dudes said something and it was like, how can I say, it was correlated with what I would consider normalcy, then that would be one thing. But if you were in here, like somebody wrote in here, yo, my butt hurts, can you come scratch it? I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you writing that in my chat for? And like, what can convince you that that was a thing to write? Like, I don't know. Like some of these dudes, they be weird, bro. They be real weird. But back to the conversation. You have these weird people that are in a lot of these groups, and that's what I was reading out of that chat room they had over there with Anton, Levy, and his podcast. And I was like, these weird old motherfuckers, no wonder they're all gathered over here. They believe this shit. And so it seems like their one whole synergy goal is we must condemn Puff. Puff must go. He's the terriblest person around. Bitch, they just let motherfucking Harvey Weinstein on some of his charges. He back in court in New York. Ain't a motherfucker even had a whisper about that shit. Not a whisper. Did y'all hear that? This motherfucker is going back to court right now, and they dropped one of his charges. I'm talking about Harvey Weinstein. When I start talking about Harvey Weinstein, you know what the motherfuckers will do? This is how much they idolize white society. God, they see God be talking. This is how much they idolize white society. They will come in. This is no shot at white people, but I'm trying to let you know this is how much people and I coach, they even willing to let it go. They say, no. Harvey ain't as bad as Puff. Huh? They'll actually say that Harvey's not as bad as Puff. And you're like, what? Are you out of your mind? Like, you know what I mean? This is the mentality of people. No, we don't do that type of shit in here. Hey, brother, this been real as fuck. You cool, man. Gotta go. Y'all stay. Okay, that's what's up, man. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you hit the Cash App on your way out, man. Make sure you hit the Cash App up. We need that support, man. Like, a lot of people ain't supporting. Thank you, Annette Forster, for that $10. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But we keep this channel going every day. Yeah, listen, don't be giving out announcements if you ain't donating no money. All right? Like, fuck your country. Like, for real. They'll be in the house with that. That means some donations, nigga. If not, get the fuck off my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like niggas like that be coming in my shit and just be like weird. Like, I don't like that shit. And I actually, hold on one second. Well, fuck me, he ain't donating. Fuck him. You know what I mean? For real. You don't know how irritating it is to say things on this podcast, say things on this camera that you can literally go reference. And another motherfucker will borrow my conversation or whatever, because I know I saturate. So another motherfucker will borrow my conversation to borrow language points from my conversation and then add them to his conversation. Gene Dill, I gotta respond to this shit because it's gotta be real. Gene Dill, don't follow behind that bitch. That TT bitch, don't follow behind that bitch. Don't follow behind that bitch. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. Ain't no way in hell if anybody should be talking about them kids, it should be you. Thank you very much, Slim. If anybody should not be talking about them kids, it should be you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know who Justin is? You ain't know Justin since Justin was a baby? Huh? Come on, big dog. Come on now. Come on, Big Midwest, Gene Dill. Now, I'm going to talk about some good shit too, but that shit right there, my nigga, that shit was foul. You understand? Because if anybody talked about your daughter, you be in war mode, nigga. You understand? Now, that's just being honest. If anybody talked about your daughter on camera like that, I'm talking Big Midwest, Big Gene Dill, you be in war mode. Yes, you would. Stop it. Stop it. Respectfully enough. And why wouldn't you be? Don't be on camera with these wayward niggas. These niggas ain't us, bro. Stop talking to these niggas like that, bro. Like trust me, B. Especially that West Coast nigga. That nigga don't like New York niggas, bro. Trust me when I tell you this. Stop fucking with them niggas, bro. Seriously, they gonna hem you up, Gene. Doing one of these situations, talking here on camera, and your ass gonna get pulled the fuck in. That's why I say I don't understand why he keep doing all these interviews like you taking the attention off you. You ain't taking you bringing more attention on yourself by keep talking to these goofy motherfuckers. Like that nigga that's over there that everybody keep running to the tool whatever. That nigga's worse than Vlad. He's worse than Vlad. I don't fuck with that nigga. I told my peoples when he was over there. I was like, yo, don't have that nigga over there. Don't have that nigga. I told now 4 people, don't have that nigga over there. And I'm sure they told you, nigga. Him smile but a big. Know who the fuck these niggas be thinking they talking to? Like, all that talk, he's nobody. All right, well, how can it don't look that way? It sure don't look that way. Time after time after time after time after time. I'm gonna give you a heads up right now. Y'all better watch this week what y'all say online. I'm gonna say that. Hope you're doing good and get nothing but blessings in this life, bro. Your mother's on crack, motherfucker. Your mother's on crack. Oh God, 4 years ago with no subscribers. Yeah, that's the highlight of your moment. Bye-bye. Yeah, anybody come in here and say Brazil and he followed up with my nigga and I don't know you, bye. No, you don't talk to me like that. Hold on one second. I'm just going through to seeing what's up. This is what this goofy nigga. I can't even show that shit. Yeah. YouTube removed that shit too. I can see it, but y'all can't see it. Yeah, Gene Dell need to stay offline, dog. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get yourself involved in something and they're gonna start pointing fingers at you. Big Midwest, I'm telling you, dog. Stop talking to these niggas, man. These niggas is corny. Whoever took their light back, I don't give a fuck. But listen, because you don't like what I had to say, you don't like what I have to say. Like, that's fam to us. Do you not understand that Gene is bad? But like, let's move everybody out of the equation. There's only 4 motherfuckers in this equation that have actually been part of the music industry or been in the circumference of the music industry. That's me, Gene Dale, Jaguar Wright, and what's the other one's name? I even give it to the CC nigga because he didn't work with multiple people. He wasn't contractual. And well, he might have been contractual with other people. And who else can I say? Bonds. Like I used to get calls private, like I used to get private joints from Bonds. Know what I'm talking about? When you was in the Elm, nigga, you know what I'm talking about. I used to get private joints like, yo, go down to the Elm, check Bonds. I'm like, all right. That's what he was doing something else. Y'all niggas don't even know. But he was in the Elm doing that. That nigga know what I'm talking about. Trying to think. The other thing that I do want to say about Gene Deal was some honorable shit. And I'm just trying to remember exactly way I did. But he went over on the Courtney Burgess dude. And I don't trust this dude either. I don't know where he came from. You definitely didn't show up in court. Say you did. Oh, all right. And you want another chance? Huh? Say you showed up in court, Courtney Burgess. Go ahead. I dare you say you showed up in court. Word of my mother, he ain't show up in court. That's on everything I love. Yo, word of my mother, if I'm lying, I'm dying. That nigga did not show up in court, B. Trust me when I tell you this. You know what I'm saying? And I got a little clip on my page gonna prove my point. Like, trust me, man. I'm sturdy with shit. Like, the nigga didn't show up in court. You can take my word for that. So anyway, Gene went out on this motherfucker. He's like, I don't believe him. I never seen him around. This is another one. I never seen this nigga around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all done heard people come in my chat room, they be like, oh, I remember son, or this certain people I mentioned, they remember me or they work with me or whatever the case may be. Like, you can verify. I'm very easy to verify. This nigga, nobody knew who this nigga was. I asked like 10 people who this nigga was on my mother. I asked like 10 people that I know that are still frequenting the music business and they were still around back then. All of them say the same thing. These are older heads. These are people like 5, 10 years older than me in some cases. They're like, I don't know him either. I ain't never met that nigga. So when were you around? You even said on your own admission you never met Puff and all this shit. Like, niggas weird. Leslie Alvarez, I don't know what you wrote, but whatever you wrote, it was removed. So like try writing that again and make sure it's like on some Mark Twain shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what she wrote. I'm gonna have a couple people as part of the culture anyway that's gonna come over here. Cause you know they in tap dance mode over there. They've been messing with Anton Levy over there, his podcast. And he done divvied up the market of suckers over there. So he got mostly black gals over there because he having a black conversation now about Puff, and he lets some motherfuckers just sit on there and talk or whatever. I want to say to Antonia, whatever. Listen, I am so sorry what happened to you. I really am, sweetheart. I don't know if Puff or Sean did it. I don't know what happened to Talia. That's your name. But sweetheart, you gotta cut that shit out. You need to go get some help. But something wrong with you. And same thing with that Allie Carter chick. If y'all really cared about these women, y'all would be like, yo, you know what? Listen, let's get you some help. Let's get you offline. Neither one of these women need to be online. In the case of Natalia, your own son told you, yo, you need to get offline. You need to stop talking online. And other people in your family told you that. You, ma'am, in my opinion, you stressed out. You got a lot of things you done lost or whatever. I get it. I don't know what your recovery time is. And honestly and truthfully, I am sorry to the bottom of my heart what happened to you, miss. Nobody deserves what happened to you. But at the same time, I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. Chick, you took the money. Is that fair? And here it is 25 years later, and you trying to me, it looked like you basically trying to get the money back. You understand what I'm saying? And like, I got a problem with that. Because every time you on a podcast, niggas is talking about, like, I watched you on Anton LaVey's podcast. You know, Anton LaVey Atwood. I watched you on Anton LaVey's podcast. And over there, you was like, yeah, let's give it a few seconds. We're going to put in the Cashapp for her. And I'm like, huh? Again? I see you over there with TT. Same thing. Hold on one second. Like, this is a prerequisite. This is why I say you got to watch out for these hypocritical motherfuckers to be online. They be telling you don't donate to people, when in fact, they telling you that because they want that money to circumnavigate to them. That's how they do me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, there's ain't nobody but one person on here donated to me the whole time I was on here. And I've been dropping like some shit. They just don't care. So it don't matter. I take the views. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say take about 10% of your subscribers for real. The rest of them, they're not going to donate. They're not going to support you unless you are talking foul about somebody. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say they mostly the demons. Demons sit around and gossip and create stories on people, create perjury, create blasphemy or whatever, and then sit behind and call themselves angels and of God. Like I listened to Natalia today call herself of God. I wanted to say it. So I was like, chick, do you know the shit you done said in the past? Huggy Pampers, I heard you talk about God. I'm like, chick, do you know the shit you done did in the past? You understand what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, we all done did some shit. And one day we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta pay attention to that. You can't hide that shit. As much as you want to hide it and want to sit back and pretend everybody, oh, I'm innocent, I'm of God. No. God see everything, nigga. And so do YouTube cameras. Remember that. You got to remember that. So that's a part of being real with yourself and being close to God, when you can sit there and you can admit, hey, this is what I've done is wrong before God. You understand what I'm saying? But when you reach out to God and you say, this God, that God, this God, and my God, da, and I'm protected. And let me tell you something. The worst thing you could ever do is make a proclamation of how you are anointed by God and you are one. That is self-proclamation. You understand what I'm saying? Which is also a sin in the Bible. So you probably don't read that Bible too much. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop doing that shit and try to argue with me about that. Go ahead. I dare you try to argue with me about that. You committing sin and talking about you of God. No, gossiping, bearing false witness. All that shit is of God. Ain't they one of you, listen, no offense, and I ain't talking about Natalia Jaguar, but outside of them, ain't they one of you hoes had a piece of evidence yet that y'all done brought before the jury, here on YouTube or otherwise? Is that fair? Is that fair? I want to read something for y'all. Because at this point, it looked like you just taking advantage of motherfuckers, mama. It's been 25 fucking years as of January. What fucking more do you want? So I'm doing this because I feel like, I'm like, no. It's over. It's over, ma. And other people are saying the same thing. You took the money. Now, you got on today and you had a diatribe and you said, oh, well, I'm never about the money. No, you're about the money because you tell people to put your what's the name in there. So here we go. 1 second. The last set of shooting disputes were now this was back in 2011. So he had some civil lawsuits that were stemming from the 1999 Club New York shooting or whatever. But Natalia or whatever, as far as I know, she received over $1 million, didn't you? Wasn't that about it? And let me see something. Is your name in here? Let me see if your name's in here. Because I want to be correct. I don't want to take nothing from her. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to take. Yeah, here she go. You were one of those people in 2011. So you didn't even get the money, but 14 years ago, what's going on? Rapper Sean Diddy Combs, and here y'all can see. So I don't be trying to goof nobody or whatever. Y'all see the date? 2011. Okay, so you know I ain't doing no smoke up your ass. All right, rapper Sean P. Diddy Combs has settled a multi-million-dollar lawsuit with 3 revealers hit in the Christmas shooting of a New York City nightclub. It was revealed today. Natalia Rubin, who at that time was 40, was shot in the face during a 1999 attack and received $1.8 million. Here. You see that? She received $1.8 million. $1.8 million in 2011. Some of it apparently come from the star's own pocket. She was hit in the nose and suffered seizures because of several bullet fragments still lodged in her face. She was hit in the nose and suffered seizures because of several bullet fragments still lodged in her face. All right. On the night of the shooting, Combs was in the club with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, blah, 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 blah. But a fight broke out and the club map was scarred, blah, 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 blah. We all know that shit or whatever. Along with Natalia Rubin, 2 other unarmed victims were also paid $500,000 and $50,000 for their injuries. Now, here's Natalia back in the day, and y'all say she didn't get her face shot in like that. Those are bullet fragments, meaning the bullet flew past her. But it flew past at such a velocity that it did cause some damage, but she wasn't in life threatening. She wasn't going to die here. And that's kind of like the story you keep on preaching, like it was bigger than what it was. Let me give you an example, and I'm being respectful here. If you've been in New York City, tri-state area, and you've been around niggas that have been in it, you understand what I'm saying? And it's from Connecticut, New York, Jersey, wherever. If you've been around motherfuckers that got in it, and you didn't see a motherfucker really get hit, like I'm talking about stomach, leg, whatever, it's crazy. This right here, most people in the field, and even though I'm trying to be respectful about it, they would consider this light. It was fragments. Your nose wasn't shot off. At that close range, your whole joint would have been gone. Yeah, you had some reconstructive surgery. Yes, you did, but they were for bullet fragments, Mom. And you received $1.8 million back in 2011. Where the fuck is the money? That you now out here after seeing a settlement for $1.8 million and you out here with a Cashapp now? Come on, Mom, make it make sense. And I'm being respectful. Make it make sense because that don't make sense to me. And these niggas are out here and they donating to her. But they'll tell motherfuckers like me, they'll be like, you know, hit Cashapp. Fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't no good. Y'all make sure y'all hit the Cashapp here too, man. $sign STRINGERBELL80. We talk reality to her. I don't wish that upon nobody. You understand what I'm saying? And if Pup did it, hey, it is what it is. If this one did it, hey, it is what it is. Point is, once you took that money, it was over. So now at this point, It's like you trying to scur his reputation and run with this story and able to get cash apps. That's how it's looking to me. Because every time I see you, you pop up. You ain't got nothing different to say. You ain't got nothing to add to the situation. You just talking the same shit. I seen you over TT's channel. You was talking the same story. I seen you before then. You was over there with Tasha. Same story. You over here with this dude. Same story. And every time you got your virtual teacup out, acting like you better than everybody and shit like that. And yeah, you trying to use all these articulate. I've been articulate. Anytime I hear black people overly using articulated words or Latin people overly using articulated words, I automatically stop paying attention to you. Because I know forced articulation. Forced articulation is, well, I specifically want to be in a trajectory where I am founded in a linear fashion with, and specifically in this linear fashion, amongst the stars of the star, like they use like almost forced interpretation and octave measure to get across their point when they could have just said something plain as fuck and it would have got the same, response. I hate people like that. We hate people like that here in this tri-state, especially. Like, why the fuck are you so overly articulated for? This is fucking McDonald's. This is fucking Starbucks. What are you saying so overly articulated for? You know what I mean? But there's people out here that do that. That's why I make it a thing, as y'all notice, always talk plain. I'm here for the common man. I don't give a fuck about rich people. I live around people like that. I don't give a fuck about those people. I care about common people. Common people are the people you need to be worried about, not the rich people. Rich people, I mean, but common people are the ones you need to be worried about. Those are the ones that need the most attention nowadays. Those are the ones, the commoners are the ones that need the most attention nowadays, need the most help, etc., etc., etc. Natalia, I will say this to you. I don't think you're a bad person. I think that you're under heavy duress. I think, miss, that you don't need to be on these talk shows anymore. I told Huggy Pampers, your partner there, I told her the same thing. I said, but you need to stay offline. Drag you in. You know that, right? They're going to drag you in there. Trust me when I tell you, they're going to drag your ass in there. When they drag you in there, you're going to understand what I was talking about. So be careful. Don't be sorry, Hope. Be careful. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not against you, Huggy. Not against you. But I'm gonna talk the way I talk. You know that much about me. I'm gonna talk the way I talk, you're gonna talk the way you talk. But this is no way to dispel you, it's just telling the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And just to be quite frank, you know as well as I know, you wasn't around during them bad boy years when the club shooting was happening or any of this shit was happening. I would even go as far as to say, if you was around during when the shooting happened at Club New Yorker, you understand what I'm saying? If you was around when that happened, you and Natalia wouldn't even be talking on the phone. Is that fair? So, a lot of people, they're going to be lost of what I'm talking about or whatever. A lot of people going to think I'm trying to take down Natalia. Now, I'm not trying to talk her down. I'm not trying to make her fun of her or anything like that or her situation. That's just fucking cruel. But what I got to say is, like, shorty, I've been around folks that then they had shit like that in situations like that or whatever. And some people will consider your injuries light compared to what other people are. I mean, I know a motherfucker that had to teach yourself how to walk again. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I know a motherfucker that had to teach himself how to walk again. Literally. And a couple of us know this person I'm talking about. So it's like, in comparison to that, I know your recovery was probably strained or whatever, but yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, miss, for you to keep being on these YouTube streets, letting these people use you for views, and you got your own little channel now, whatever. Listen to your kids. That's not a threat, that's not a warning, that's not a shot at her, whatever. She is a victim. Out of anybody that's been mentioning any of this shit, she's the victim. Out of anybody that's been mentioning any of this shit, I consider her a real victim. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that. Guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take me a cigarette break. I would hope that y'all would hit up the Cashapp. We're going to talk some more in a few minutes here, whatever. I'm going to make a determining fact that I probably still am too. I'm just going to take the risk on it. Sometimes it just have to be on me because I don't get no support on this channel. It's crazy. Like, a lot of people can't keep up with what I'm talking about because they don't watch these podcasters. They don't know who I'm talking about, or maybe they're just not interested. Either way it go, I don't care. But I will be back in a few minutes here, whatever. I'm having me a nice little cigarette real quick. Matter of fact, that's what I was looking for right there. I'm having a nice little cigarette real quick. and then I'll be right back with y'all. Because personally, I like if I ain't getting no cash, there's nothing like that. I don't have no obligation. I'll just be like, I'll keep the show going because I want to keep the show going. So anyway, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes here. Give me probably like 10, 20 minutes. Plus, I smell something I'm cooking that's moving right now. Whatever. Y'all want to see that? I can at least tell y'all that. I got some meatballs I was stewing. Pause. I got some meatballs I was stewing. How you doing? Got some meatballs I was stewing here. Hold on one second. Let me take this off here. There we go. So, hold on one second. Yeah. Get up here. Got my jacket all in the thing and shit. Because I smell them. They smell bright right now. So I'm like, yo, these shit smell good. So, people be thinking I'm lying. I'll be like, nah, I've really been around this. I got to show this anyway because it makes some people proud that know me. You see that there? I wish you guys could smell them. They getting there. But yeah, I stew my meatballs there. Making this little spaghetti. You know what I mean? And that's just nothing but I got a little bit of olive oil in here. I can tell you guys, I got olive oil in here. We got some chorizo. I mean, not chorizo. Chorizo is in the meat. We got olive oil in here. I've got what else I got in here? I got some other seasoning too. Oregano, pepper, salt. And I forgot what this other shit is. I got some other stuff I put in it too. But the basis is the oil and the what's in here. That's a little bit better with the light. Yeah, we let them slow cook or whatever. They're so fucking tender when they're done. You won't believe it. I wish you guys could smell this right now. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's what's up. I'm turning this back around. So I'm letting that go right now. So I'm gonna go have me a cigarette, guys. I will be back in a few minutes here. If y'all want to stay here with me, you can. If not, I'll catch you another time. Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, support this channel. Wow, Americans probably eat something healthy. Yeah, we're gonna get into that too, because I know everybody over there, Anton Levy's page. A couple of y'all don't like Americans. It's all right though. I'll be back in a few, guys. All right. Make sure you hit up